Much, Mr. Speaker. My question is also for the Minister of External Affairs. The Minister thus far has refused to cooperate and participate with the Standing Committee of Multiculturalism, which is conducting special hearings into a recent letter that the Minister had sent to the Premiers urging a political boycott of 3 Canadian Sikh organizations. Mr. Speaker, this is a slap in the face to the parliamentary process, and I ask the Minister, given that these hearings provides Parliament with an opportunity for a rational discussion on a very sensitive issue, and given that these hearings were approved by all 3 political parties and their members, I'd like to ask the Minister, why does he only aggravate the situation by refusing to participate, and will he not do the honorable and responsible thing and come before the committee freely and voluntarily to discuss this most important and very sensitive issue?
Speaker, two very quick, brief responses to that. One is that with regard to the involvement of Parliament in the activities of the Secretary of State of External Affairs, I certainly am prepared to compare my record with any of my Liberal predecessors on the question of statements in this House, for example, during the brief government of my right honourable colleague, the Leader of the Opposition, and his predecessor with the long shadow. The long shadow, among other things.
Which lasts today.
The Right Honourable Leader of the Opposition corrects me.
Right Honourable Minister will continue his question.
His predecessor has a long shadow and a long knife. I apologize for only giving part of the answer. Secondly, in accordance with my practice of responding to the wishes of Parliament, and in accordance with my schedule, I have accepted an invitation to discuss this question, which I regard as a security question, with members of the Standing Committee on Justice, which deals with security matters.
I'm a member for your request.
Speaker, the answer shows contempt for Parliament and abrogates the traditions whereby
We have a long tradition of not imputing motives, and that's a pretty strong allegation. The honourable member, I know, can put his question in another way.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister can freely go to a Committee of Justice behind closed doors and discuss the matter with CSIS. But I ask the Minister again, given the fact that his letter is at the center of a parliamentary investigation, why is the Minister afraid to come before that committee and either retract or defend that letter? And why is the Minister willing to precipitate an unnecessary showdown that will force the Multiculturalism Committee to subpoena him as a witness? Why doesn't he come voluntarily and defend or promote his letters and stand up as the Minister of External Affairs rather than hiding behind closed doors?
It's not my practice to hide. The honourable member will know that there was a motion introduced on that very question in the House of Commons. He should know it because he introduced it. There was a debate on the matter. I put forward the position of the Government of Canada. It's a clear position to which we adhere. With regard to the invitation to a committee, I'm not going to a committee to talk to members of CSIS. I'm going to a committee to talk to members of Parliament. I'm going to the committee that is charged by this Parliament with security questions. They have invited me to come to discuss an issue which I believe to be essentially a security issue. I am responding to that invitation as a reflection of my continuing respect for the practices of this House of Commons.
The honourable member.